Alright, this time we'll learn how to use bash commands within Vim, and you can actually save it and execute it whenever Vim is open. I've been using this trick for a long time now, I think like 1 or 2 years. Pretty convenient, pretty cool. I'll show you some examples of what I use it for though, so you can see it, in action. Anyways, open up your vimrc, and here are some of the commands that you can do. Well, you can do it basically any bash commands, but it's kind of a little bit funky in your vimrc here because you have to do it the way that they want it. Otherwise, it'll give you errors. But let me give you something simple first here. So you see down here, this one I map it to xdg open here. And the original commands, if you were to do this in bash, it'll be something like this. We use no hop or no hang up here because I don't want my GUI programs to use up the terminal, so I want to background the process. But I want to use xdg open to open whatever file it is. It'll detect the default program, and we'll send all the message to dev null and so on and so forth, so we don't have to see any errors. And the only difference here is that in bash we will use like a $1 for argument, whatever it is. In Vim they don't actually have a $1, but we can use the Vim scripts, and Vim scripts, this one is for shell escape, and it'll get the current line, whatever that current line is. That will be your argument, right? And the way that you'll put this together is that since I'm doing a mapping, we're going to use the leader key. The leader key, if you don't know what it is, the default is mapped it to this slash here, this backslash. So if I want to use this whole command here, I'll use backslash and then O, right? And it'll execute this xdg command here. And basically what it does is there, if you look at the original commands here, that's how it looked like in bash. And if I want to put that into here, pretty much the same thing. We want to do, exclamation mark, no hang up, blah blah blah. Now up to here, before we get into this $1 here, you want to have it in single quotes, and that will break into one piece of the puzzle here. And to connect it, you have to use a dot, and then this one is for the Vim script that will get the current line that you're on, and then reconnect it using another dot here. And then we have the other portion of our command here, right? This other portion from our bash command. So basically that's it. You just have to have single quotes for the first portion. Wherever your $1 is, you want to have this part here, and at the end you just do another single quotes for the ending of your bash command. Now in here, when you're doing this, make sure that you have spaces, because I was fucking it up because I forgot to put spaces between them. So make sure you do have spaces between the commands, so it doesn't give you any errors. Anyways, that's how you do that for a basic one. If you're doing it with pipes and stuff like that, like up here, this one has pipes in it. In here, you make sure you escape the pipe. So every pipe that I have to escape it. Otherwise, when you try to save your vimrc, it'll give you errors. But that's all you gotta do for the pipes and everything. Anything else I want to say? No, that's about it. So I have a few examples here. This one is to open the parent directory. So if it's a file on that line, and I only want to open the folder, not the file, then I'll open the folder. Okay. And this one, like I said, is to open any file that it is in with the default GUI program. And this one is open with a image editor called Feth. And this one is to open it with mplayer, but in the background, not within the terminal. So this one's for breaking off the terminal. This one is still using the same terminal. Okay. So I mainly use this one for like movies or something like that, and this one's for like music because I want to see the progress of the music, so on and so forth. And this one, if I was piping in like different links from, I don't know, Justin TV or any of those sites that Ustream was, I mean not Ustream, Live Streamer supports, then I'll use that. This one's for YouTube DL. Any of the sites that YouTube DL supports, I can use this one. I'm gonna use it for porn, but you know, you can use it for YouTube links if you want. And this one is if I want to download stuff from YouTube DL. All right, so any of the sites that YouTube DL supports, I can download it using Leader and then YT. And then the next one here, this one is for wget. If I want to download stuff using wget, then I can do that. So all that being said, how did I do this in action? So normally, get rid of the boring parts here. Normally, you know, when we use our command line, most people will use like ls, and you do ls and you pipe it into the less command, right? And this is how you have your little pager or whatever. Well, if you do this with instead of using the less command, we can pipe it into vim and this, and then we can actually execute the commands. So for example, if I want to execute this with here, turn off the sound here first. So if I want to listen to this song, I can do leader mm, and you see I'll play it with my M player, right? And that one does not break off because this one is a music. But if I want to do it for videos, I think I can have some videos here. We'll use the locate command. Locate. What video we have? Oh yeah, let's do Naruto. Yeah, that's it. We'll do Naruto, and then we'll pipe into Vim, capital R, and there you go. So let's say if I want to watch one of these Naruto, right? I can do /mp, and it should open it with you know, my M player here, right? Real quick. So that's what you can do with you know, your Vim here using your bash commands. Now that one's for like local stuff and so on and so forth. What was that? MP is to open with your default media player, or not our default, I mean with M player. And if I want to open the folder, instead of like this one, it opens it with what was that? This whole video. If I want to open it with just the folder, I do what was that? Leader and D, and this one will open it with my default, you know, file manager here, the GUI one. Now, if I want to do this one with what is that, like websites and stuff like that, let me give you an example here. We'll use surf raw, and we're gonna use our my custom what is that, LV. Let me get a drink first. And this one is to search what is that, Google for just MP3s. It's a pretty old trick too, but you use that. And let's say I'll search for Kevin McLeod, I think that's his name. He gives out like free Creative Commons music, whatever. But anyways, let's say this, if I wanted to go in here, right, using my W3M web browser, and let's say I go in here, I find his music, I say, oh wow, okay, he has some music on this Google site that they indexed it, and I have this custom hotkey that I can pipe out into Vim, and it'll strip out like just the URLs. Let me give you an example here. Strip out the URLs here, and guess what? I don't need to download it. I can just play it from here if I need to. If I want to see if it's the song that I want, and I can go, what's that here? /mm, and this one will play with M player, streaming it to, you know, my terminal here, right? Now let's say if I want that song, like I say, okay, that song was great, and I want to download it, right? I can go, instead of like previewing it, I can go download it, and I can do, what was that one? Leader WG, and this one will use wget to download it, and it should download this what was this song called? Clench, whatever, Clench Teeth. into my download folder. There you go, this one here, Clenched Teeth, right here. Right. If I want to download another song, let's say this one here called Nerves, I can do leader WG, and it'll download that song here. Where is that? Nerves here, right? It'll download that song. So on and so forth. Other stuff you can do. Well, I can do it for porn too, but I can't demonstrate out here because we're on YouTube. But that's what you can do with Vim and bash commands, and you can combine it with the hotkey, and whenever you pipe stuff into Vim, you can always use those hotkeys and so on and so forth. And that's what I've been using it for. Pretty convenient. I'll post you all the examples I have in the description just in case you need it. That'll be it for this one.